Greetings, fellow survivors of the zombie apocalypse. Tyler here, and welcome to the only show where I use my real name on this YouTube channel. The Tyler's Walking Dead ORG Recaps. Yeah! Alright, guys, 2 down, 5 to go. Alright, I know that I have not been doing that great of a job of keeping the deadlines and interacting and whatnot. It's just, oh my god, I did not know it would be this hard. I did not know I'd have to put in like this much work in order to if any of you are disappointed for the lack of interaction there's been between other characters, like, I don't blame you at all. It's just basically my dilemma is just trying to keep the story going, just waiting for a point to end it during the chapter. So I don't know, it's tricky, especially now that I have Mac Daddy J out on his own doing private message stuff with me. So that's basically, I just told him that, I told him a pivotal piece of information that you guys won't be getting about what he's been going through over at the swampy territory, but I just basically told him to sit tight, and the events of this next chapter will kind of steer the direction of his story. But so with that all in mind, like I said, I took off 2 chapters. I decided instead of having 9 chapters, we'd have around 7 chapters. I feel like that way it's just the plot can just move quicker and we can just get more stuff done in a quicker amount of time. So I feel that just kind of gives us more breathing room to, ironically enough, cutting off episodes kind of frees up some stuff. I feel like it kind of puts less pressure on me to fill up 9 episodes worth of stuff and instead only have to worry about 7. So alright, so I hope with that decision we can at least get the pacing down a little bit. But so I guess the section that I want to start with is cultural development. I don't know. Is it just me, guys, or is this whole cultural development thing going on at the World Showcase just kind of a joke? Like, it's kind of making a mockery of the fact that these people are trying to civilized new Epcot, and of course that is very much my intent as an author, just show the craziness brewing underneath the whole, like, oh yes, we're supposed to be the civilized folk. But Renee, I mean, I must admit, Alyssa at first I thought was going to be the main villain, but yeah, Renee's got some crazy in her, and she's got some real control issues. Like, she'd be like a Tony on Survivor, She'd, like, always be running around, always need to be keeping people in check and everything like that. And the thing with Renee is that her and Father Robbie have a thing. Like, they have I kind of described it as sort of a, like a daughter-father sort of thing. Sort of a, like, Robbie's very protective of her. He knows how far off the deep end she can go. He also knows how valuable she can be in the community, and you guys haven't seen that because you just arrived, so all you've seen is the crazy, paranoid, stick a butcher knife through Beyonce's skull side of Renee. But, I don't know. Is there more side? Has she completely lost it? Is there a side to Renee to be redeemed? Who knows? But, we lost our first casualty, sadly, in the likes of Jason Stevens, playing as the pop diva herself, Beyonce. Jason, really sorry I had to kill you off, buddy, but here's the deal. You just do not go pointing fingers at Father Robbie. It's just not a good idea. So, I don't know. Gotta say, with that in mind, I'm kind of worried for where Ryan's character is gonna go. Yeah, Ryan, he was the one who was accused of stealing food in the first place, the gas station attendee, and he kind of disappeared in the midst of Renee sticking the butcher knife through Beyonce's skull. How do you guys like that imagery, by the way? I mean, I'm trying my best to come up with fucked up, Walking Dead style kills, because I got a crazy imagination up in here, so I'm trying to use it. But so essentially, Ryan, he had a choice to make with Matt Wilson, who unfortunately hasn't been around much. So at this point, I'm going to put Matt Wilson's character kind of on hold. I'm just going to assume he's quote unquote missing. He's somewhere in New Epcot, and if Maddie shows up in the next couple chapters, I'll definitely reintegrate him into the game. If not, I will announce his fate in a very dramatic fashion. So let's just leave it at that. But yeah, Ryan has decided to go to the higher ups about the corruption going on in the World Showcase. So we'll just have to see where that goes, and that is definitely going to be Ryan's storyline for Chapter 3. Okay, meanwhile, in scientific development, we've got this whole problem with the cat infestation. Like I said, the sort of animal problem is really kind of one of the focal points of what I wanted to do with this game, between the crocodiles and the cats and everything like that. Like, there's going to be, this is not the first time you're going to see the animal imagery. Like, there is more of it to come. But essentially, what Chaz and Michael are trying to do, I'm sorry, let me pick your guys' name. I'm sorry about that. Oh, me and forgetting these people's names. I mean, it's just, I just have really bad short-term memory, guys. Oh, God, I feel really bad about that. Okay, let me see. Yeah, okay, so Michael is Nia, and Chaz is Phil. Okay, got it. Brenda did not show up this episode, so I will again file Brenda under the kind of missing in action category, and we'll see about that. We'll see if we can get her back in the fold. But so essentially, Nia, or however the hell, Nia. I'm sorry. I'm very sorry, Michael. So Nia and Phil, they've come up with a plan to bring the Walker kittens that they've stashed away in Soarin' Over California at the end of the last chapter that Alyssa promptly found out about. Ooh, naughty. So they came up with a plan on the spot to appease Alyssa to bring these kittens back to life. Alyssa, she just kind of cryptically said, all right, but the blood is still on your hands for the kittens you do kill. So, now let me see. Chaz, you asked something, as Phil. You were, if something were to happen to the walkers in response to our tests, where would that place in our standings? Well, my friend, I think if there's one thing Alyssa has made quite clear in this whole process is that she does not like to see dead walkers, so just tread lightly. Just tread lightly is all I can say. So, speaking of treading lightly, we've got this whole situation going down with the Swampies at Border Patrol. Guys, this is really kind of the thing that I was just struggling with the most to get interaction with. I apologize for not really being that active with it. But, essentially, there's some paranoia brewing that Mac Daddy J might just be pulling an Avatar / Pocahontas / Dances with Wolves / Ferngully. If you know what I mean. There's some paranoia that he might be converted to the Swampy Society after being sent over there to infiltrate them, which of course is a classic staple of Hollywood storytelling. But so that's really the dilemma. Things have been kind of low on the Border Patrol end. I will say this: the main brother-sister duo, and I always forget their names, but the main brother-sister duo, and they were motivational speakers before the zombie apocalypse, they are quite paranoid about the whole thing, but I think the brother more so. I think the sister is just trying to keep quiet, so I should have had more stuff from the sister, that's my bad. But, yeah, as of right now, we're just kind of waiting, people are kind of spying on Mac Daddy J. He does, in fact, have a lady that he's getting very close to within the Swampy community. People are just wondering if they should make a move or not. So that's where we leave off, everybody. And you guys know I'm always terribly late with making the threads. Oh god, writing is just not really my best strong suit when it comes to actually putting stuff together, but I will try my best to get everything up by tomorrow night in terms of starting the chapter 3 threads. If not, everything will be up by Saturday morning at the very latest, or Saturday afternoon, depending on what time zone you're in and whatnot, and yada yada. All right, guys. So I know you've hit a couple speed bumps in the activity, but still, I feel like there's some really interesting development going on, and I really am excited for some of the stuff I've got laid out in the future. Rest in peace, Beyonce, is the first victim of my ORG, the first kill. And so yeah, chapter 3 will be called Pit and Pendulum. All right, little teaser for this chapter. You're going to finally find out what the new Epcot Society is using the big pit where, the big lagoon that is now turned into a pit where Reflections used to play, the big fireworks show in Epcot. And yeah, it's not pretty. It's not pretty at all. It's a pretty major revelation for the way that new Epcot Society does things. So, all right, yeah, just a little teaser of that, and the thread should be coming out, late Friday to early Saturday, and I hope you guys are sticking with it because I'm certainly enjoying hosting it, and like I said, it's just, oh god, it's a pain in the ass for me to kind of keep track of all the characters and all the. I did not estimate that it'd be this much work on my end personally, so I apologize for that, but I hope we can kind of get through it together so we can just kind of see how it all pans out, because I've got some really interesting stuff coming down the pipeline. So, all right, hope you guys are enjoying yourselves, and yeah, stay comfortable in new Epcot. Oh yeah, don't let Renee run into you with a butcher knife.